Welcome to Integrated Math 1. I've just turned on the flip cam, walked around here to talk to you. It's pretty low tech, but yet it's also kind of high tech. And I'm here to explain a little bit about how we're going to be doing math this year. We've got topics that are broken down pretty much by a day. You'll see that on our website. We're calling this 1.0, an introduction to integrated math. Just to sort of make this point about how we're going to do things, I want you to imagine you're back about 1000 BC, about 3,000 years ago, and great poems like Gilgamesh and Homer's Odyssey and the Iliad and stories of the Trojan War, they're all passed down by oral tradition, by storytellers that memorized long poems, 10,000 lines of poetry, and they'd sit around and they'd explain how wars were fought, and they do it in great poetic verse. And after a few hundred years, somebody had the idea that, hey, maybe we should write this stuff down because it's a lot easier to remember. And if you think of like a conference of Homeric poets sitting around the campfire saying, well, there's this new thing called writing, and it actually makes it a lot easier. And some of the old guys saying, oh, I don't know about that writing thing. It sort of might put us out of a job because we've got this all memorized and it's pretty handy and we can kind of adjust things on the fly to our audience and work in the inside joke here and there. And if it's all written down, it's kind of not going to change. And maybe that's a disadvantage, and you can imagine these old curmudgeons sort of resisting this new thing called writing. Anyway, fast forward about, maybe 1,500 years, actually 2,500 years or so, till someone invented a printing press. And now you've got all this stuff that's written down, and they realize it's pretty handy. With a printing press, you can reach a mass audience, and this is really the huge thing that Gutenberg and his first Bible sort of proved, that printed material is pretty darn handy too. And again, you could sort of think about the union of associated scribes sitting around saying, well, we've been pretty much had a lock on the whole writing thing, and now with these newfangled printing presses, any old Joe can come along and just stamp out a page and sell it, and there you go. And so the scribes maybe were a little bit resistant to this new idea of printing. Well, where we are now with computers, it's a little bit the same way. We have to rethink how we do stuff because technology just makes it so easy to access information, the internet, computers, all that. So it's just silly not to use things when appropriate. So what we're going to do this year is we're going to do a little bit of flipping the classroom. Ready? So we're going to flip the classroom. No, not like this. No, go back. Okay, we're going to flip the classroom by trying to give you some of the content at home, especially the stuff that's particular to Pingree. So some of the lessons will be introduced. Many of them, I hope, will be introduced through YouTube, through video, through links to websites, things like that. And then when you come to class, you're more able to jump into the deeper end of the pool and work with some of the more difficult problems, and with us teacher types to help you as facilitators. So you're not left listening to a lecture, sort of having notes go from my notes to your notes without passing through either person's brain very clearly. And you are going to be sort of coming to class having prepared and having questions and able to work on the higher level problems. That's called the flipped approach. All right? So without further ado, I'll let you maybe go on to 1.1. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.